ready to go further? Let's go. Now they're about to talk about the whole Haiti. The United States wouldn't exist the way it is without Haiti. Let's talk about this point.
You know, you think about that. United States would not be
Let me go back a little
as
further.
big as it is,
right? So like, no matter what you do to me, like a Wyclef is gonna rise.
Yeah.
A Jason Derulo's gonna come. You know what I'm saying too? Like, do whatever you want. There's still gonna be a Kodak Black. You know, do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Haiti will get to where it needs to get to in the future.
Yeah, I want to give Haiti, you know, its props because, you know, you think about that. United States would not be as big as it is today had it not be because of the Haitian Revolution. Like it wouldn't have happened. It would have been a smaller East Coast territory, and that would have never happened. You know, so it makes me think like, why wouldn't the U.S., especially when you start getting into it, and you start thinking about a lot of the meddling that the U.S. has had within Haiti, like why wouldn't America show appreciation to Haiti? Because there was the embargo during the Kennedy era. There was all these things that has happened that's just been imposed and punished Haiti. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think we in America have a lot of work to do, right? We have a lot of
He said a
places
lot of
that
words
we have
salad right there.
to
He said a lot of words salad right there. Ooh, I turned my air conditioner on. If the United States don't appreciate the people like Benjamin Banneker that created the Farmer's Almanac so that the United States can continue to eat, why don't they appreciate Haiti? Akbar? And yes, the Haitian Revolution was one of the things that forced France to sell. But also at the same time, I remember it was one of the things. Napoleon was stretching his army far too thin across the world. And Napoleon made a strategic decision to not go all the way in on Haiti so that he could maintain other fronts around the world. That's what Napoleon did. And he sent a fucking idiot. He had Rochambeau do that bullshit. Like, the United States don't even thank France. The United States wouldn't even be an independent country if it weren't for France. Rochambeau is who did the majority of the winning during the American Revolution, not George Washington. George Washington had a ragtag group of patriot thugs. It was Rochambeau from France that came to America, and he's the one that was responsible for keeping the British and the Hessian soldiers and getting them out of America. Rochambeau. And that was the same Rochambeau that made the mistake in Haiti of cutting off all those men's heads that kicked off the Haitian Revolution in 1793. But it was Rochambeau in 1783 that helped America get its independence from France. And America don't thank France. France had other interests going on. And we got to remember, this war on America was a European war on America. It was the Dutch, it was the Spanish, it was the French, it was the Hessians, it was the German, it was all of them having war on the Americas. The Spanish came up the West Coast in the 1500s, the French came down the middle, the Dutch came down from the East Coast, and the British came from the East Coast, and the Spanish came from the Florida side. So this whole thing about America moving west, America bought the Louisiana Purchase. It's called the Louisiana Purchase. Okay? And the Haitian Revolution had a part in it, but let's be very clear. They always say, okay, Haiti showed the world how to be free. You got to understand, America has never enslaved all of Black America. Yes, was Haiti the first country to rid the European off their back? Technically, yes, technically. But did they really? If they have to pay reparations to France, and they're still paying reparations to France, and they're being economically constricted, are they free? See, Black America didn't get the notion from Haiti to free themselves. Black Americans that were enslaved started freeing themselves 350 years ago in 1676 in Bacon's Rebellion. In 1726 with the Stoner Rebellion. You had multiple rebellions within the United States of America. They did not get inspired by it. They've been doing rebellions all throughout the colonies. From 17, actually before 1676. But 1676 was so bad, that's when they decided to bring in color-coded racism. America, the people in the United States of America have never been subjugated without a fight. The Denmark Vesey Revolt, 1822. You can go down the line of the revolts that we had here in America, while at the same time knowing that there were always free Black Americans at the same time. Yeah, y'all like talking about that. They never got all of us. Never. They never got all of us. They still ain't got all of us. So we got to make sure that we correct that history. When they say Haiti showed the world how to be free. No. Black America was never all the way enslaved. There was always free Black people. I got it. I got my book right here. My family showing our freedom papers going back to 1640 in this book right here, and that's just my family. Okay, and it was these free Black people, the descendants of these free Black people that moved from Virginia to Indiana. They're the ones. One of the descendants are the ones that married into the Potawatomi tribe. And before they went there, they were in the ones that were in Virginia were also mixed with Powhatan. These Black people here were Black American. They were Negroes, considered Negroes, but they were marrying Powhatan. The Powhatan Indians are in North Carolina, Virginia. Don't get the two confused. There's Powhatan on the East Coast, and there's Potawatomi in the upper Midwest. That used to be on the East Coast in Buffalo, New York, in Pennsylvania. But when the white man came in the 1600s, those Potawatomi moved to Michigan, Indiana, Illinois. And I got family that married both Powhatan and Potawatomi. So, Mr. Godfrey, we got documented evidence that's scholarly reviewed. Make sure y'all hit the donation for the foundation, the Black American Music Family Tree Historical Foundation. Y'all like what I do? Donate to my foundation so I can keep the research going. All right? So now let's go up. This is where Godfrey starts to talk about Black Americans, aka Foundation of Black Americans. He knows. See, this is where it comes down to it. This is where Godfrey's sneakiness comes in. He knows damn well what the FBA thing is. He's articulated it in the past, what FBA is. Now he's about to misrepresent what the definition is, and this is where he does Wyclef wrong. He pulls Wyclef into a fight that Wyclef, I'm sure when he sat down, wasn't ready for, and then he gives Wyclef a bad definition. That is sneaky, slimy behavior. And I see why so many men have fallen out with Godfrey. Because men don't, it's just certain people do certain things that are sneaky. To everybody watching, you be like, man, why are you tripping? They didn't really do nothing. But when you know somebody and you know they did something, you all know, chat room. We all know our people, our friends, and people that we know. They may do something on the surface that seem cool to people who don't know the dynamic. But you know that person and you know that they knew better. And they do little sneaky shit. Now I see what Lord Jamar meant. Now I see what Corey Holcomb meant. I didn't totally understand what Lord Jamar and Corey meant when they were going through it. Although I did respect their point of view. I just figured, okay, he must have done something. I didn't see it, but it was sneaky as hell. Watch this sneaky ass way he defines what FBA is and totally misleads Wyclef.
But money don't come before the people. It's just the way that it is.
Oh, my bad, my bad, my
first.
bad,
You
my bad,
heard?
my bad. I muted the wrong
Yeah,
thing.
man,
I'm
that's
trying to
deep.
cough.
That's
I'm
my
let me
philosophy.
go back.
Your musical talent.
Thanks. It's
Yeah.
it's a fact. My super billionaire friends, they always like make jokes of me. They be like, Clef don't like money. He a hippie. You know, I do like money. I love money, but money don't come before the people. It's just the way that it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got to be about the people first. You heard?
Yeah, man, that's deep.
That's my philosophy.
Your musical talent. Where did that come from? When did you know you had this musical talent?
Straight from the church, man.
Straight from the church.
Straight from the church.
How was your dad with that? Like, because I think about
Are
the
you
movie Sinners.
what type of church?
You know what I mean?
What
Like,
type of church?
Nazarene church, gospel church.
Okay.
It was straight up Pentecostal vibes. They spoke in tongues.
So he went to Black American Church because he said Pentecostal. Do you guys know that Pentecostal church started right here in LA? Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that? Let me put it up. Let me put it up. The Azusa Street Revival. That's why he has the talent that he has. Wyclef. Let me show y'all right here. This is now Little Japan. The Japanese have taken over this area. But right here in Azusa Street, Mission, 1906, the worldwide Pentecostal movement was created by Black Americans at Azusa Street, which is now like Little Japan, somewhere over there. The Azusa Street Revival. That's where the Pentecostal church. So make it very clear, because they always want to talk about Africa this, Africa that. That church was born right here. This was a black area at the time. And then the Japanese came in. And then when World War II happened, when Japanese people went into internment camps in the 1940s, do y'all know that Black Americans came right back into Little Tokyo? And we made this business district thrive throughout the 1940s. And then in the 50s, when the Japanese were released from internment camps, see, the white people that came in here, they took all those Japanese businesses, all those Japanese homes. The black people kept this land. This is a thriving black district. And then when the Japanese came back, the black people gave the Japanese back their businesses. The black people gave the Japanese back their homes. The black people occupied it, took care of shit. And when the Japanese came back, Black Los Angeles gave the Japanese their shit back. Black Los Angeles gave the Japanese their shit back. You can find these stories in the LA Times archives of these people that came home from internment camps, and they talk about the white people stealing all that stuff, but the black people coming in here and preserving it and giving it back to them when they got out of internment camp. Another piece of history that they don't tell to y'all. Because that's how we are as a people. And we created the Pentecostal movement right here at Azusa Street in 1906. A completely FBA movement that Wyclef is talking about. I wanted to make sure I throw that historical fact in there. Now let's listen to Godfrey and what he has to say.